Hi everyone. So hopefully you can see Teide behind me. So here we are. It's what day is it today? It's Tuesday. So we did our Facebook Live last night, and thank you again, so many of you, for joining us. Today, as promised, we are going to Teide, which, as you can see behind me, we've driven through just some incredible pine forests. You barely come across a car. We've come to this little clearing here, and there's a few cars. But the roads are just deserted. I mean, really great for cycling. So we've seen quite a few cyclists. But it's just a wonderful day. We've been so lucky. There's barely a cloud in the sky. That said, that's because we're above the clouds anyway. So we kind of drove through a little bit of a cloud layer. But it's a wonderful day. You can probably just about make out behind me as well as they call it the téléphérique, the cable car, which goes up to the very top of Teide. We're going to give it a go and see if we can go there. Every time I've been in the past, it's been too windy. Let's see if we get lucky today. We should be able to get some great shots from up there as well, because it's such a clear day. I've also included earlier on in this video, you'll have just seen on the drive through, we did a time lapse and we did a little bit of a slower version, just so you can see the kind of landscapes and the road. You'll see the fact there was no other cars there. We were the only ones on the road. And that's, again, okay, this is a forced low season, but that is what it's like during the low season. You know, you just don't have those crowds and you get the place to yourself. And as we always say, you get more interaction with the locals, you know, in the hotel and everything. All the staff have been so great. They're so grateful for the fact that we're here as tourists during a low season, certainly during Corona. So we're just going to head up Teide now, see what it's like. We'll take some more footage up there. And hopefully this is giving you guys an idea of what it's like. I'll do a quick spin round just so you can get a full understanding of what it's like round about here. Yeah, it's surreal. It's like it's almost like a lunar landscape. Absolutely phenomenal. Not too cold yet. I've put my hoodie in the car just in case, because we've been told that it gets pretty cold. But so far it's not too bad. Okay, I'll do some more recording when we get to the top of Teide. So here we are at the base of Teide. This is where you get the téléphérique. We're really quite surprised by the number of people here. I'm just going to give you a quick swizz around. But actually, you know, low season, Corona, it's busy enough actually. A lot of people here to enjoy Teide. It's the perfect day for it. Last time I was here, it was actually pretty cold. So I'm wearing a long-sleeved shirt, and I wish I'd have worn a t-shirt, because it's really quite warm here at the base. Be interesting to see what it's like at the top, and we're going to see if we can join the queues and get up to the top. I think there's social distancing, which means that there might be less people per cable car carriage than usual. So there might be a bit of a queue, but we'll take some more footage when we get to the top and we'll show you the sights. But like you can see, it's wonderful, and it's busy. It's strange. Did not expect that. So here we are not at the top of Teide, we're still at the base of Teide. Oh, here's a cable car just coming in. Hopefully you can see that. Where is it? Can you see it? Oh, hoving into view. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so as I said before, a lot of cars here and it is quite busy. You have to buy the tickets online. So even when you come here, you can't any longer buy the tickets when you get here. You're still going to be directed to go on a QR code and to book your tickets online. So from that point of view, you're as well just doing it before you even set off, you know, when you get to the hotel, because if it doesn't run, you get a refund anyway, automatically. So my advice would be, when you think you know the day that you're going to go to Teide, just book the ticket in advance for the cable car. 37 euros return, which, yeah, it's probably a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. But still, I believe it's going to be a great experience. So we've just had a cup of coffee, met a lovely French couple who are travelling the world. They're off to Tahiti next, bizarrely. But having the life, they've got their COVID passports from France, and it's all signed and done, and they can travel, it seems, pretty freely. But yeah, 37 euros for the trip up to Teide. We're booked on in the next 20 minutes. So we'll take a bit more footage when we get up there and see what it's like, but hopefully you can appreciate the scenery that's behind me. It's absolutely, breathtakingly beautiful, very arid, very dry, very unique and different to, I think, most places in Europe. It's this volcanic element, but yeah, wonderful, but busy. I'm surprised. There's a couple of coach loads, so it can't all be bad, hey, during the low season. So here we are, finally at the top of Teide at about the 5th attempt, and it's incredible. I'm wearing my hoodie. I'm being a bit of a wimp, really. There's a lot of people wearing t-shirts, and it's actually not that cold at the moment. I think if you come in the low season months of October and November, I'd probably bring a jacket or something, because it does get colder definitely at that time of the year. But now, actually, depending on the day, clear day here, it's actually not too bad. The views are breathtaking. You are so high above the clouds. It's just incredible. I've never felt anything like it. What I will say is, for anybody that's doing the walking, so when you get up here at the top, if you can see behind me, hopefully you can see it, there's a walkway there. And you can sort of do a little bit of a trip around, and there's a number of different walkways. It's hard going. You're at altitude. It's, I think, 3,700 meters above sea level. And you do feel it, just even coming up a few steps and walking a little bit, you feel your heart working harder. So the French couple that we were with, who are 70 and 80, they were saying that they're kind of struggling a little bit with the walking. They're enjoying being here, and they're just sat down, taking in the peace and the tranquility and the views. But they said they're not going to do much walking. So it's something to be aware of. Other people in the cable car carriage that we were with, much younger, and they were getting the cable car up, and then they were going to walk down, and there's a number of different paths that you can do to get back down again. But just so you're aware, a lot of people aren't. It takes about 5 hours to walk down, so you need to plan your day accordingly. But yeah, it's so peaceful. There's only me breaking the peace actually by talking, but it is incredibly peaceful. You're so far above the clouds, and that's just lovely. It's an ethereal experience actually, and you can understand why Teide is so important to the islanders in Tenerife. It is almost a spiritual place, and one that has huge significance, because Teide dominates the whole skyline. From up here you can see the whole of Tenerife, and when you're anywhere in Tenerife you can usually see Teide. So Teide dominates the skyline, so it's always had a special place in the minds and hearts of the people of Tenerife. 100%, it's worth a trip, and again, in the low season you're going to find it easier to get booked onto the cable cars. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I've taken quite a lot of footage, which you will also see on this video. I hope you've enjoyed that, and yeah, we'll go live from the hotel later on this evening, and hopefully we can take your questions, and I'll try and get this posted up beforehand if I can, and if I make the time. If not, I'll post it afterwards.